Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System. Abstract. A device for the aerial release of mosquitoes includes an unmanned aerial vehicle operable by remote control. It carries a container holding a central processing unit and a mosquito breeding bin, which is a self-contained volume housing mosquitoes and a mosquito food having a toxin suitable to be transmitted by mosquito bite after the mosquito consumes the mosquito food. A release tube is connected to the mosquito breeding bin and sized to release mosquitoes from the mosquito breeding bin. A valve is connected to the release tube and is operable by remote control so that when opened, the mosquitoes have an open pathway out of the container through the release tube. Images 2. Classifications. F41H1300 means of attack or defense not otherwise provided for. View 10 more classifications. US 8,967,029B1. United States. Download PDF. Find prior art similar. Inventors. Mel Calvert, current assignee TMARS Associates Trustee for Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System CRT Trust. Worldwide applications. 2014 U.S. Application US 14,549,305 events. The 20th of November 2014. Application filed by TMARS Associates Trustee for Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System CRT Trust. The 20th of November 2014. Priority to US 14,549,305. The 21st of November 2014. Assigned to TMARS Associates, Trustee for Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System CRT Trust. The 3rd of March 2015. Application granted. The 3rd of March 2015. Publication of US 8,967,029B1. Status. Active. The 20th of November 2034. Anticipated expiration. Info patent citations 11, cited by 49, legal events similar documents priority and related applications external links USPTO Patent Center USPTO Assignment SpaceNet Global Dossier Discuss. Description. Technical field. In the field of aeronautics, disclosed as an aircraft having structure enabling aerial breeding and discharge of mosquitoes. Background art. Governments have sought after weapons that can be used to deliver chemicals, viral and bacteriological substances for lethal and non-lethal administration to assembled masses of people. Non-lethal uses typically include peacekeeping operations, for use in actions not considered, military operations, and against terrorists or state actors in war. In this sense, such weapons can be used to control both armed enemies and civilians. Not all uses of such weapons are prohibited by treaty. The present invention is capable of delivering lethal and non-lethal toxins, including any agent that can be carried and administered by a mosquito. In the United States, lethal chemical weapons are regulated by the Convention on the Prohibition of the Development, Production, Stockpiling and Use of Chemical Weapons and on Their Destruction, which entered into force in 1997. This treaty is usually referred to as the Chemical Weapons Convention. It is an arms control treaty with 165 signatory countries and it outlaws the production, stockpiling, and use of chemical weapons and their precursors. The treaty has been interpreted to allow the development of non-lethal chemicals, such as comative and gastrointestinal convulsives, when classified as riot control agents. Additionally, non-lethal weapons involving comative agents have been studied for use by the U.S. Armed Forces. In the United States, lethal biological weapons are regulated by the Convention on the Prohibition of the Development, Production and Stockpiling of Bacteriological, Biological, and Toxin Weapons and on Their Destruction, usually referred to as the Biological Weapons Convention. This is a 1972 treaty banning the production of microbial and other biological agents or toxins and their means of delivery. This treaty has been interpreted not to apply to the biological agents or toxins themselves, but rather certain purposes for which they may be employed which are prohibited. Thus, there are permitted purposes defined to include prophylactic, protective and other peaceful purposes. The biological agents or toxins may not be retained in quantities that have no justification or which are inconsistent with the permitted purposes. In times of armed conflict in the pursuit of destroying an enemy, living organisms and infected materials derived from them have been used by state and non-state actors. For example, in 300 BC, the Greeks polluted the wells and drinking water supplies of their enemies with animal corpses. Other examples abound in history. In 184 BC, Hannibal's army sent snakes to the enemy led by King Eumens of Pergonium and achieved a victory. In 1346, the Tartars catapulted bodies infected with plague into what is now the Ukraine. In the 1500s, Spanish conquistadors killed off the inhabitants of Central and South America with smallpox and measles. In the 1700s, British forces used blankets contaminated with smallpox to infect North American Indians. In the early 1940s, the Japanese armed forces dropped bombs containing up to 15 million plague-infected fleas on the Chinese cities of Kushan and Ningxian. In the 1990s, Aum Shinrikyo in Japan attempted terrorism at least 10 times to use anthrax, botulinum toxin, Q fever agent and Ebola virus in aerosol form. In 1995, Iraq confirmed that it had produced and deployed bombs, rockets and aircraft spray tanks containing Bacillus anthracis and botulinum toxin. Well-known methods of a toxin delivery include dispersion effected by using an aerosol spray, explosive, and direct food or water contamination. Aerosol sprays were thought to be the most effective means of widespread dissemination because an infectious material could travel tens of miles in an inhalable particle size. However, factors like particle size of the agent, stability of the agent under desiccating conditions and ultraviolet light, wind speed, wind direction, and atmospheric stability are known to alter the effectiveness of a delivery system. Explosions to accomplish dispersion are likely to inactivate biological agents and therefore are not very effective in disseminating infectious materials. Contamination of water supplies generally requires an addition of an unrealistically large amount of biological agents to a city supply. Less lethal toxins are sometimes described as neural inhibitors, gastrointestinal convulsives, neuropharmacological agents, comative agents, and dissociative hallucinogens. Their delivery systems are designed for use against armed enemies, rioters, and groups of potentially hostile civilians. Comative agents include an array of psychoactive substances that induce sleep or create disabling hallucinations. An example is BZ3-quincuclidinyl benzylate, a compound related to scopolamine previously developed during the Cold War. Summary of invention. A device for the aerial release of mosquitoes includes an unmanned aerial vehicle operable by remote control. It carries a container holding a central processing unit and a mosquito breeding bin, which is a self-contained volume housing mosquitoes and a mosquito food having a toxin suitable to be transmitted by mosquito bite after the mosquito consumes the mosquito food. A release tube is connected to the mosquito breeding bin and sized to release mosquitoes from the mosquito breeding bin. A release tube is connected to the mosquito breeding bin and sized to release mosquitoes from the mosquito breeding bin. A valve is connected to the release tube and is operable by remote control so that when opened, the mosquitoes have an open pathway out of the container through the release tube. When the unmanned aerial vehicle has a lifting blade that causes a downdraft, then the release tube is preferably of a length such that the mosquitoes released therefrom avoid the downdraft from the lifting blade. A compressed gas source may be used to encourage the release of the mosquitoes out of the release tube. Technical problem. A mosquito delivery system for lethal and non-lethal applications is not available. If such a delivery system enabling legal non-lethal uses were available, it could later be adapted for military uses should legal restraints be altered or eliminated. For example, one unquestionably legal application of the toxic mosquito delivery system is immunization made possible by adding a toxin, that is, a genetically modified bacterium capable of activating a person's immune system to fight malaria, to mosquitoes. Those contaminated mosquitoes could be aerially released to immunize at-risk populations against malaria. Throughout military history, the health of one's troops has always been an important determining factor. Soldiers on the ground can only properly function if they are not ill, sick, or dying from a deadly virus or pathogen. A soldier, whose immune system is trying to fight a bug or pathogen, will have no energy or ability to fight other soldiers. Sickness can be a very valuable military tool that can be more devastating than the most up-to-date military guns and equipment. Since making the enemy troops sick is an important military objective, one must then look at what means are available to get the pathogens, germs, and viruses to the enemy. In today's highly advanced military technology, there are various types of small robotic devices that can try to get sickness agents close to enemy troops. Even with all of the sophisticated computer chips and microprocessors, all of these high-tech devices cannot come close to the miraculous technology of nature. Nature has a very highly technical device that can not only carry a sickness agent to the area where the enemy may be located, but these devices can seek out and find the enemy even if they are behind fortifications and are in hiding. This miracle of technology can carry a sickness agent, covertly go to the enemy area, specifically find the individual enemy, and can contaminate the enemy with absolutely no warning. This ultra-high-tech device of nature is called a mosquito. If only there was a way for military planners to harvest and use the power of the mosquito, they could easily sicken and kill large masses of enemy troops without even a single shot being fired. Solution to problem. The answer to aerial delivery of mosquitoes for medical purposes or for integrating military technology together with the power of the mosquito has now been solved with the invention of the toxic mosquito aerial release system. With this new technology, insects can now be more important than individual immunizations or than tanks or laser-guided bombs. The toxic mosquito aerial release system works by having a small RF-controlled drone that includes a flying mosquito breeding laboratory. All of the conditions are perfect for mosquitoes to be born, to eat and become contaminated, and to safely evacuate the toxic mosquito aerial release system when it is flying above the targeted enemy. Swarms of mosquitoes will then fly down and bite the enemy. As the enemy swats at a mosquito that just bit him, he will not realize that this toxic mosquito bite is much more effective than a bullet. Advantageous effects of invention. With the toxic mosquito aerial release system, large masses of people can be immunized or enemy troops can now be wiped out or rendered useless without having to risk or endanger our own troops. The toxic mosquito aerial release system is extremely low cost and can easily accomplish what $1 billion in medical interventions and airstrikes cannot do. The mosquitoes in the toxic mosquito aerial release system can be contaminated with various types of genetically altered bacteria to activate the immune system, or contaminated with toxic sickness agents depending on the objectives. For military purposes, the mosquitoes may be used to deliver an agent such as malaria to create sickness, or they could use much more toxic or highly contagious agents and viruses. A highly contagious virus could wipe out 100% of the enemy troops because the ones that did not get bitten will be contaminated by their fellow soldiers. The toxic mosquito aerial release system is a new and needed technology. It is a way to administrative curative or immunological injection, to administer combative agents, or to administer deadly disease to wipe out and disable the enemy at a minimal cost. For use in conflict, there is no longer the need to spend countless billions of dollars and to destroy entire areas with bombing, and to wound or sacrifice our bravest and finest soldiers. When it comes down to the hell of war or the miraculous, beautiful technology of a mosquito, the choice will be easy to make. Brief description of drawings. The drawings illustrate preferred embodiments of the toxic mosquito aerial release system according to the disclosure. The reference numbers in the drawings are used consistently throughout. Fig. 1 is a side elevation view of a toxic mosquito aerial release system using a helicopter drone. Fig. 2 is a perspective of a second embodiment of the toxic mosquito aerial release system using a 4-bladed drone. Description of embodiments. In the following description, reference is made to the accompanying drawings, which form a part hereof and which illustrate several embodiments of the present invention. The drawings and the preferred embodiments of the invention are presented with the understanding that the present invention is susceptible of embodiments in many different forms and, therefore, other embodiments may be utilized and structural and operational changes may be made, without departing from the scope of the present invention. Fig. 1 shows a preferred embodiment of a device 100 for the aerial release of mosquitoes 105. It includes an unmanned aerial vehicle 110, a container 125, a central processing unit 130, a mosquito breeding bin 135, a mosquito food 140, a valve 155, and optionally a compressed gas source 175. The unmanned aerial vehicle 110 may also be referred to as a drone, a pilotless aircraft, an unpiloted aerial vehicle, an unmanned aerial system, a remotely piloted aircraft, and a growing list of other names well known in the field. The unmanned aerial vehicle 110 includes a motor 120 that, for example, powers a lifting blade 160, that is, it powers one or more lift rotors. The unmanned aerial vehicle 110 is preferably operable by remote control 115, for example by a pilot on the ground or in another vehicle. The unmanned aerial vehicle 110 may also be autonomously controlled by the central processing unit 130 that is part of the device 100. The container 125 is connected to, that is attached to, the unmanned aerial vehicle 110 so that the container 125 is carried in the air by the unmanned aerial vehicle 110. The container 125 is the housing that serves as a means for attaching to it or to contain or within it. The Central Processing Unit 130, the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135, the Mosquito Food 140, any compressed gas source 175, the Toxin 145, the Release Tube 150, and the Valve 155. The Central Processing Unit 130 is held by the container 125. The Central Processing Unit 130 is the hardware within a computer that carries out the instructions of a computer program by performing the basic arithmetical, logical, control and input-output operations of the system. It is the means to automate functions of the device 100 in lifting off and releasing the mosquitoes 105 when conditions warrant or when so instructed by the remote pilot. The Central Processing Unit 130 is either within the container or attached to it. The important criterion is that the Central Processing Unit 130 moves in unison with the unmanned aerial vehicle 110. The Mosquito Breeding Bin 135 is an enclosed compartment within the container 125. The Mosquito Breeding Bin 135 defines a self-contained volume housing the mosquitoes 105 and allowing them to breed and feed in a confined space. The Mosquito Food 140 is housed within the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135, preferably so that it is continuously available to the mosquitoes 105 to consume. Alternatively, the Mosquito Food 140 may be confined within its own box so that it may be made available to the mosquitoes 105 an appropriate period of time prior to release. Such control can be provided by appropriate operating instructions from the Central Processing Unit 130. The Toxin 145 is within the Mosquito Food 140. The term, toxin, is used herein to mean any chemical, biological component, bacterium, virus, immunological agent, or other material having an influence on humans and being capable of delivery and transmission to humans via mosquito bite. The Toxin 145 must be suitable to be transmitted by mosquito bite after the mosquito consumes the Mosquito Food 140. An example is genetically modified or weakened malaria parasite altered or combined with hepatitis B virus to trigger an immune response in a human population to protect that population from contracting malaria. Another example is the malaria parasite itself to cause malaria. The Release Tube 150 is connected to the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135 so as to provide a pathway for the mosquitoes 105 to exit the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135 into the air outside the container 125. Thus, the Release Tube 150 is sized to release mosquitoes 105 from the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135. The Valve 155 is connected to the Release Tube 150 so that it can close off the exit pathway or open it for release of the mosquitoes 105. The Valve 155 is controlled by the Central Processing Unit 130 and operable by remote control 115 so that when opened, the mosquitoes 105 have an open pathway out of the container 125 through the Release Tube 150. The Unmanned Aerial Vehicle 110 in one preferred embodiment includes a lifting blade 160 or propeller that rotates to cause a downdraft 165 when lifting the device 100 or Unmanned Aerial Vehicle 110. For this embodiment, the Release Tube 150 has a length 170 such that the mosquitoes 105 released therefrom avoid the downdraft 165 from the lifting blade 160. Other unmanned aerial vehicle embodiments may be used, such as for example, those powered by a turbine or multiple propellers. One such alternative embodiment, a second unmanned aerial vehicle 210, is shown in Fig. 2 using a multiple propeller lifting means. The device 100 may include a compressed gas source 175 within the container 125 to add outward flow and encourage the exit of mosquitoes 105 out of the Release Tube 150. The compressed gas source 175 may be mounted anywhere on the device 100 and will typically be piped to release compressed gas within the Mosquito Breeding Bin 135. The above described embodiments including the drawings are examples of the invention and merely provide illustrations of the invention. Other embodiments will be obvious to those skilled in the art. Thus, the scope of the invention is determined by the appended claims and their legal equivalence rather than by the examples given. Industrial applicability. The invention has application to the aeronautics industry. Claims 3. Hide dependent. What is claimed is 1. A device for aerial release of mosquitoes comprising an unmanned aerial vehicle operable by remote control, the unmanned aerial vehicle comprising a motor, a container connected to the unmanned aerial vehicle, a central processing unit held by the container, a mosquito breeding bin held by the container, the mosquito breeding bin defining a self-contained volume housing mosquitoes, a mosquito food housed within the mosquito breeding bin, a toxin within the mosquito food, the toxin suitable to be transmitted by mosquito bite after the mosquito consumes the mosquito food, a release tube connected to the mosquito breeding bin and sized to release mosquitoes from the mosquito breeding bin, and a valve connected to the release tube. The valve controlled by the central processing unit and operable by remote control so that when opened, the mosquitoes have an open pathway out of the container through the release tube. 2. The device of Claim 1, wherein the unmanned aerial vehicle comprises a lifting blade that rotates to cause a downdraft when lifting the unmanned aerial vehicle, and wherein the release tube has a length such that the mosquitoes released therefrom avoid the downdraft from the lifting blade. 3. The device of Claim 1, further comprising a compressed gas source within the container and pipe to release compressed gas within the mosquito breeding bin. Patent Citations 11. Publication Number Priority Date Publication Date Assignee Title US 2098887A*1937061919371109 Swan Finch Oil Corp. Method of Distributing Material US 2730402A*1953093019560110 Junior Arthur A. Whiting Controllable Dispersal Device US 4260108*1978082319810407 Biogenesis, Inc. Method and apparatus for airborne release of insect eggs. US 4585112A*1984070619860429 Peeling George C. Automated Feeding Device. US 5148989-1910-1210-1992-0922 Skinner Burr W. Insect Dispensing Apparatus and Method. US 5785245A*1995-0824-1998-0728 The United States of America as represented by the Secretary of Agriculture Backpack Sprayer for arthropod eggs, or arthropod egg parasitoids contained in arthropod eggs. US 5794847A*199610251998-0818 Stalker, Russell Air Assisted Insect Dispensing Apparatus and Delivery Process. US 6,651,377 B1*2001-1003-2003-1125 John P. Pleasant's Live Bait Dispensing Apparatus. US 6,799,740 B2, 2002-03-25-2004-1005 Adapco, Inc. Chemical Application and Flight Guidance Control System and Method. US 7,413,145 B2, 2003-06-11-2008-0819 Evergreen International Aviation, Inc. Aerial Delivery System. US 20,140,246,545 A1*2013-03-04-2014-09-04 Michael Bioweapon Markov Aerial Material Distribution Apparatus. Family-to-family citations. Cited by examiner. Cited by third party. Cited by 49. Publication number priority date publication date assignee title. 741,751 United States dollars S1 *2014-1211-2015-1027 Fly Limited. Drone. 741,779 United States dollars S1 *2014-09-12-2015-1027 Kinker Shell Multi-Rotor Aerial Vehicle. CN1051096878*2015-0901-2015-1202 and Jing Novel Agricultural Spraying Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. 745,435 United States dollars S1 *2014-1017-2015-1215 Hanwha Techwin Co. Limited. Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. US 20,160,016,664 A1 *2014-07-19-2016-0121 Altura University Unmanned Aerial Delivery Device. $751,490 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0612-2016-0315 SCG Technology Co. Limited. Aircraft. CN1055014337A asterisk 2016013120160420 Yongsen Pest Control Flying Machine. $755,703 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0819-2016-0510 Eric Allen Hanscom Drone Propeller. $756,842 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0821-2016-0524 Javad GNSS, Inc. Unmanned Aerial Drone. $759,764 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-1118-2016-0621 Thunder Tiger Corporation Quadcopter. $760,848 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0619-2016-0705 Aurora Flight Sciences Corporation Payload Aircraft. $760,624 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-1014-2016-0705 Lilly Robotics, Inc. Autonomous Drone. $763,134 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0323-2016-0809 Shenzhen FUAV Technology Co. Limited. Flying Vehicle or Drone Toy. $766,159 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0827-2016-0913 Skycatch, Inc. Landing gear for an unmanned aerial vehicle. $768,539 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0804-2016-1011 GoPro, Inc. Aerial vehicle. $768,540 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0414-2016-1011 by Robot Co. Limited. Unmanned flying robot. CN1060054218 asterisk 2016062420161012 Hainan Woyi Jineng KGU Xi'an Gongxi Multifunctional Remote Control Multi-Rotor Aircraft. $770,572 United States dollars S1 2014-0416-2016-1101 Parrot Drones Flying Toy. $770,940 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0512-2016-1108 Rapid Unmanned Aerial System, LLC. Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. $772,991 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0402-2016-1129 Parrot Drones Flying Toy. $777,263 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0405-2017-0124 Parrot Drones Remote Controlled Toy. $781,381 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2014-0402-2017-0314 Parrot Drones Remote Controlled Flying Drone. $784,201 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-0507-2017-0418 Robert Goldie Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. CN1070979578 asterisk 2017-0328-2017-0829 Jiangsu Dashui a kind of biological material tall release device for being matched in aircraft. WO2017154004A1 asterisk 2016-0311-2017-0914 Inicio Limited. Continual aerial release from drones. $797,859 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-1001-2017-0919 Parrot Drones Remote Controlled Flying Toy with Bumpers. $800,602 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2017-0320-2017-1024 Kanker Shao Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. $801,223 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2016-0908-2017-1031 Kanker Shao Multi-Rotor Aerial Vehicle with Landing Gear. $803,328 United States dollars S1 2015-1218-2017-1121 GoPro, Inc. Aerial Vehicle. CN1073723666A asterisk 2017-0829-2017-1124 Zunyi Shilinyi Ke Shui Yanju Suo a kind of insect delivery device. $805,425 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-1127-2017-1219 Eric Hanscom drone-shaped tie-tack. US 9,856,020 B1 asterisk 2016-07-27-2018-01-02 International Business Machines Corporation drone-based mosquito amelioration based on risk analysis and pattern classifiers. US 20,180,575 A1 *2016-0629-2018-0104 International Business Machines Corporation Unmanned Aerial Vehicle-Based System for Livestock Parasite Amelioration. $819,749 United States dollars S1 asterisk 2015-1001-2018-0605 Parrot drones remote controlled flying drone. US 20,180,201,371 A1 asterisk 2017-01-13-2018-07-19 Ariel Enforcement Solutions LLC UAV mounted dispersant device with electronic triggering mechanism. WO2018140273A1 asterisk 2017-01-24-2018-08-02 Verily Life Sciences LLC Systems and Methods for Mobile Automated Mass Release of Insects. CN1083779778A asterisk 2018-03-07-2018-08-101 Nan Nongyi Da Shui a kind of air-flowing type mosquito dispenser based on unmanned plane. CN1083779779A asterisk 2018-03-07-2018-08-101 Nan Nongyi Da Shui a kind of brush-type mosquito dispenser based on unmanned plane. CN1091958658 asterisk 2016-05-28-2019-0111 Yu Shao Kai insect trap. US 10,185,318 B2 2015-04-21-2019-0122 GoPro, Inc. Return path configuration for remote controlled aerial vehicle. CN1092585554A asterisk 2018-1022-2019-0125 Fujian Nonglin Da Shui a kind of aquatic products aeration system based on Beidou navigation. WO2019099785A1 asterisk 2017-1116-2019-0523 Verily Life Sciences LLC Systems and Methods for Dynamic Release Planning for Insect Release. CN11019974-1A asterisk 2019-0702-2019-09-06 Sichuan Shengyan Sao Gongxi Liang Shanzhou Gongxi a kind of ladybug release device and method for releasing. $862,359 United States dollars S1 2016-1027-2019-1008 SZG Technology Co. Limited. Aerial Vehicle. CN1103163664A asterisk 2019-0626-2019-10-111 Nan Nongyi Da Shui solid drugs for ponding waters mosquito control or jettisoning the unmanned plane and its method of jettisoning. US 10,696,414 B2 2015-04-21-2020-0630 GoPro, Inc. Aerial Capture Platform. CN1120270888A asterisk 2020-08-20-2020-1204 Suzhou Tuidong J Shengwu Keiji Yushian Gongxi Unmanned Aerial Vehicle puts in device. US 10,945,410 B2 asterisk 2016-03-10-2021-03-16 Inicio Limited. Mission Planner for the Aerial Release of Mosquitoes. US 11,498,090 B2 2017-01-17-2022-1115 Graco Minnesota Inc. Unmanned Aerial Vehicle for Painting Structures. Family-to-family citations. Cited by examiner. Cited by third party. Family-to-family citation. Similar documents. Publication date title. US 8,967,029 B1 2015-03-03 Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System. Spears 2010A History of Chemical and Biological Weapons. ENA 2012 Biological Weapons Agents for Life and Environmental Destruction. Pal et al. 2017 An Overview on Biological Weapons and Bioterrorism. Sanders 2017 Drone Swarms. Meselson 1970 Chemical and Biological Weapons. Metcalf 2002 A Short History of Biological Warfare. Pearson 1998 The Threat of Deliberate Disease in the 21st Century. Spencer et al. 1993 Agents of Biological Warfare. Marty 2001 History of the Development and Use of Biological Weapons. Takafuji 1991 Biological Weapons in Modern Warfare. Camboris 2021 Bioffense, Black Biology. Hafmeister et al. 2016 Biological and Chemical Weapons. Tashome 2016 Microbes as Biological Weapons a Review. Westing 1985 The Threat of Biological Warfare. Crowley 2018 Development and Hostile Use of Toxic Chemical Means of Delivery and Dispersal. Ludovici et al. 2017 Mycotoxins, a New Concern for Biosecurity. Mishra et al. 2014 Historical and Preventive Aspect of Biological Warfare. Santoro 2005 Rethinking the Concept of Weapons of Mass Destruction, an Assessment of the Weapons of Concern. Ellis 1999 Police Analysis and Planning for Chemical, Biological and Radiological Attacks, Prevention, Defense and Response. Cordesman 2001 Defending America. Mutlu 2021 Recent Biological Studies. Shurin 2007 The Bioterrorism Threat. Von Hippel 1983 The Myths of Edward Teller. Chafness 2001 The Environmental Legacy of Biological Weapons Testing. Priority and Related Applications. Priority Applications 1. Application Priority Date Filing Date Title. US 14 549,300 2014 1120 2014 1120 Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System. Applications claiming priority 1. Application Filing Date Title. US 14 549,300 the 20th of November 2014 Toxic Mosquito Aerial Release System. Legal Events. Date Code Title Description. The 21st of November 2014 is Assignment. Owner Name. TMARS Associates, Trustee for Toxic Mosquito Area. Free Format Text. Assignment of ASSIGNORS Interest. ASSIGNOR. Calvert, S. Mill, Mr. Real Frame. 0342310644. Effective date. 20,141,121. The 11th of February 2015 STCF Information on Status, Patent Grant. Free Format Text. Patented Case. The 14th of July 2018 MAFP Maintenance Fee Payment. Free Format Text. Payment of Maintenance Fee, 4th Year, Small Entity Original Event Code, M2551. Year of Fee Payment, 4. The 2nd of September 2022 MAFP Maintenance Fee Payment. Free Format Text. Payment of Maintenance Fee, 8th Year, Small Entity Original Event Code, M2552 Entity Status of Patent Owner, Small Entity. Year of Fee Payment, 8. Concepts. Machine Extracted, Download, Filter Table, Name Image Sections Count Query Match. DTRA Title, Claims, Abstract, Description 182.0. Toxic Title, Description 30.0. Toxic Title, Description 30.0. Breeding Claims, Abstract, Description 44.0. Food Claims, Abstract, Description 28.0. Toxin Claims, Abstract, Description 26.0. Toxin Claims, Abstract, Description 26.0. Arthropod Bite Claims, Abstract, Description 12.0. Pathway Claims, Abstract, Description 12.0. Show all concepts from the description section. Data provided by IFI Claims Patent Services. About Send Feedback Public Datasets Terms Privacy Policy. https://patents. Google. Patent US 8,967,029 B1 N#. Text equals toxic %20 mosquito %20 Ariel, privacy %20 policy.